When you played Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over correct. You know, especially with all the media whirlwind in LA, Phil Jackson is that guy.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. And it's the Warriors to start out. All fueled up and
Oh, watch out, Stephen Curry. Oh,
what? Taking a look at Los Angeles. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Mbah a Moute into the three, the small forward.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And got Seth Curry, the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screen.
No good on the three. Curry's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Thompson against Paul. Outside Griffin. No good. Great D that time from Green. And speaking of Curry playing off the ball in the paint.
we're a star.
How did he hit that shot?
What I just saw right there.
And here is Paul. After the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. The drive by Paul. The Warriors pull it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Mbah a Moute kicks to Jordan. Here's Redick. From the top of the key, he buries it. Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Oh, look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go home run. How does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Doc Rivers. He talked about the impact of opposing big man Andrew Bogut, saying there just aren't that many 7-footers with his kind of game. A great interior defender first and foremost. We can't get tunnel vision when we attack the rim. He's got size and strength, and we can't allow him to bully us for offensive rebounds. Let's see if they can keep Bogut from having a big game, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Griffin's shot is off. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Now Bogut, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. That shot by Griffin, no good.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure. And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. The shot's good from Griffin.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
The Clippers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Jordan, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Green kicks to Thompson. Here's Spates. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Spates has got his first basket.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Jordan with a screen on Thompson. Paul dishes to Jordan. And the wide open shot from Green. Draymond Green pulls it in.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Iguodala wide open. Again, Golden State. 1:12 left in the first quarter. Outside Griffin. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. And it's sent back by Spates. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Spates. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. And then for the Clippers, Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, scrapping, Clark, for each and every rebound. They are not backing down.
Now here is Barbosa. The three-pointer is right on target. Barbosa's got his first 3 points of the game.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Here's Rivers, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
It makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
Barbosa's shot is off. Ezeli the pass to Iguodala. But they recover it. Ezeli kicks to Iguodala. A 3-ball. Again, Iguodala missing. Clippers have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Pierce, and it's sent back by Spates. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Here's Livingston, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
One second left. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Warriors lead by 1. And we'll be back with you right after this. And a word from Chris Paul, who has a little something to say about the success of a very special and influential teammate, Blake Griffin.
You know, Blake, everything that's happening.
Of course, we know that Blake would say the exact same thing about Chris Paul. You know, Chris and Blake Griffin share so much in common when it comes to being the hardcore Clippers their owner brags about all the time.
And you think about it, Chris Paul is not easily impressed, nor is Doc Rivers, for that matter, but both of these guys have praised Griffin for how hard he's worked and how far he's come in his career.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Harrison Barnes is out there with Festus Ezeli. Then it's Rush. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Clark. And at the 2-guard spot, that's the Warriors' foul. And Steph Curry with the foul. Green, he's checked in for Ezeli. The Clippers also making some changes. Griffin's checked in for Aldrich. Johnson comes in for Paul Pierce. And Chris Paul subbed in for Rivers. And here is Los Angeles now. Right side, Griffin kicks it out to Johnson from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer. And Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it is because he physically struggles at times at this level.
Shot clock at 5 to the inside. Griffin, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
You know, on the topic of Wesley Johnson, I remember him in college. I remember the guy who took over games and even showed a certain toughness when he did it. He hasn't gotten to that point here in the pros, so he may soon be entering a crossroads in his career.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one.
How did he hit that shot?
What I just saw right there.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Warriors trail by 5. Curry. Again, Curry missing.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Jordan dishes to Paul. Here's Johnson. Cannot hit. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Curry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Paul against Thompson. Paul passes to Griffin. To the inside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And it goes on Draymond Green. Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
That one misses. And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness. But no question, he's improved his skills and IQ.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Picked by Griffin. Paul kicks to Johnson. Dishes to Griffin. This one for 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he...
Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! Paul kicks to Griffin. Oh, he jams it right over Draymond Green. Wow.
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that you know, just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Griffin and the layup falls. Griffin's got 6 here in this quarter.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
And guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues and interviews. He was engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed on.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Ezeli's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Green, and it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Here's Green, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. And talking about Blake Griffin, one of the more well-liked players in our league, but also one of the most teed-up players, top 5 in the league for the past 4 seasons. He's been ejected from several games as well.
But they get it back, and it's Green missing. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Livingston, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
And, you know, getting back to Griffin, it's hard to stay grounded in this league. All the money, endorsements, ad campaigns, commercials, and so forth, that stuff can take you off track. But I think he's going to be grounded and maintain his focus going forward.
It's deflected. Pierce with the steal. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the rejection by Ezeli. And some changes here for the Warriors. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Ezeli. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And Ian Clark subbed in for Sean Livingston. And then for Los Angeles, Aldridge comes in for Jordan. And Mbah a Moute comes in for Paul Pierce. That's tipped and is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. There's the screen, and there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. Green, the screen. Rivers dishes to Aldridge. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Green, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Hey, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Clippers ahead.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. What's working and what's not working for you guys out here tonight?
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And well, that's all for now, as it looks like the second half is just about ready to get started. And
we have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly great of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
So for the Clippers right now, inside it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the small forward.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations. Really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Ball outside. 13 feet away. Jordan kicks to Redick. Ball left side to the inside. Griffith takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
From deep three-point range, Curry can't get it to go.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
From deep, the long distance three is buried. Curry's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
With the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were 20-5.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Golden State. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Pierce is checked in for Mbah a Moute. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Curry wide open. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the 2nd most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Here's Pierce. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you know, you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career. Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey, but you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career, and also for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Redick passes to Paul. To the paint. Tries from 10. And the rejection by Ezeli. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got 6 in the quarter.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Warriors trail by 5.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Pass to Redick. And that one comes up a bit short. Warriors have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
And Clark, fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, the half-court offense, that attack has really been pedestrian, even lackluster, if you will.
Yeah, trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Green kicks to Barnes. Looking to end the drought. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. 1:04 left in the third. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Pierce. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. Wesley Johnson's checked in for Blake Griffin. Warriors trail by 11. Barbosa. And again, no good by Golden State.
You don't want your best shooter heaving up that shot.
Exactly. Even the top three-point specialists in the league would probably catch heat for taking that shot.
Here's Aldrich. Got it from 16 feet. And the Clippers lead by 13.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Barbosa dishes to Rush. The three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Johnson can't get it to go. They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
The pass to Green. He kicks to Rivers. Off target with the open look.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And here at the end of the... And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Warriors trail by 13. Maurice Spade's out there with Iguodala. Then it's Bogut. Then there's Ian Clark. And it's Livingston in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Here's Green. Jacks up a 3. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Bogut.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Shot from the top of the key. Hits the front of the rim and out. Warriors shooting a meager 37% for the game. Here's Iguodala. The rebound by Jeff Green. Green's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Kicks it to Crawford. The 11-footer, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Thompson, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. And then for the Clippers, Jordan comes in for Cole Aldrich. And it's Paul in for Austin Rivers. And Draymond Green picks up the foul.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
The Warriors making a switch here. Curry's checked in. Griffin's checked in for the Clippers. Redick comes in for Jamal Crawford. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. The drive by Jordan, and he jams it with authority.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The shot by Curry, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Paul kicks to Griffin. It's stolen by Bogut. It's deflected and stolen by Redick. To the paint, and Bahamute the pass to Paul. Griffin with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And the wide open shot from Redick. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot
shooter. They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor.
Over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Warriors. Warriors trail by 11. Pass to Bogut. And Thompson kicks to Green. Curry outside. And again, no good by Golden State. Los Angeles has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Shoots. Again, the Clippers.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
There's the triple. good. Curry's got 14 points here in the second half.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade and replenish your energy for the late game push. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
Clippers leading by 8. Paul kicks to Jordan. Picked by Griffin. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's sent back by Bogut. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Thompson against Paul. He dishes it to Griffin. Back to Paul. The 11-footer. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 5 assists tonight.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
There's a screen. Back to Paul. Right wing. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Warriors trail by 10. It's Curry with the drive. There's the dish to Thompson. To the left side wing. From 18 feet away. And again, it's the Warriors missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And Baamute can't get it to go.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect them to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes them change plans.
Paul against Thompson. Paul kicks to Griffin. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Griffin's got 19 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Green inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Griffin's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Paul kicks to Jordan. Got a piece of it. To the left wing. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Misses the wing jab. Warriors trail by 10. Green dishes to Thompson. Barnes passes to Thompson. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And Redick kicks to Griffin. And the layup's good off the glass.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
Paul, no one around him. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
For 3, Barbosa. Azili the pass to Spates. Now here's Rivers. Tight defense on him. So it's